Welcome, everyone. This is Joanne Nistico, Shackley Master Coordinator in the OPA lineage, and I'm very happy that you're joining us this evening. We have a great presentation for you. It actually is coming from Mother Mary Loomis. Before we dive in and I dive into the presentation, let's make it interactive. This is kind of a way for you to listen to each slide. Look at it and ask yourself, what elements of this presentation do I want to proceed with to start building my consumer base? You know, I've been in Shackley a long time, and I can look at a number of these slides and say, Joanne, you're not doing that. Joanne, you're not doing that. Joanne, you're not doing that. And I want you to ask yourself the same thing and write those things down. One thing I found today was I was practicing with what I was learning from having to teach this class. It's always great to teach a class because you learn a lot about how you can improve your own skills. So think about that for yourself as we go forward. Take the notes as you go along. Get your aha moments, get your passion going, get the feeling about, wow, I really would like to do that. Or, wow, I'm afraid to do that. And do that, implement that task. Because a lot of the things that we don't implement, that we kind of push to the side, is exactly what will help us grow. And also, it's important to look at your strategies. Mary Loomis designed this specifically to build profitable, strong businesses that people can have a career with. And that is what many of her top OPA masters have done. We've just copied what Mary has taught us. So I'm just tagging along with all that she's taught us, and I wanted to share the insights to you on how you can make a different decision in your life to turn this presentation into a roadmap for your own personal success. It's called the Blueprint for Shackley Success, a 2040 plan. And this is phase one. I've divided it into two phases because there's a lot here. And I may go quickly. What's very important for you is that you will have all of this material. Everything you see tonight will be in the back office in OPA. So you can pick it up, you can use it, you can teach it, you can study it, you can really embrace the ability. Mary, I don't know how many masters Rob has now in his business. I think there were 9 or 10. And so think about that. This plan has produced 10 master coordinators. The second phase I'll probably do the next time, unless you'll all be getting the first phase, but next time I do a call, I'll probably do the second phase. I have edited some of it because I had to update it. So let's begin. She always talked about retail customers, and Pam Budner, when she talks about the monthly power plan, she'll discuss it a little bit, as will probably Lisa Stocker, who's beyond the call. So how do you do this? Well, look at this, 20 retail customers, and ask yourself, how many retail customers do I have currently? Well, what's interesting, Shackley, for the first time in years, is actually crediting us with retail customers. And I think you can credit it for PV and for points. So that's really exciting. But why did Mary talk about retail? Primarily because if a person doesn't love the product and they buy it only once, when you first sell it, you lose all your, you don't lose all your profit, but you lose that retail profit. And the number one reason for selling retail, especially for new business builders, is because one, there's no bonus payouts to you as a sales leader. And two, you learn to present the products at retail. Also, it's upfront income for that new builder because it's a 50%, 60% retail profit, I believe, that you get, that you're giving away before they've even earned any money. And then most retail customers that fall in love with the product then come back and want to be members, and they'll love the products because they realize they use them, they like them. Just as the gentleman before was talking about what was that's exactly what happened to him, I believe. I'm sorry, I forgot your first name, but I'll remember it when I see you next time. Your job is to provide excellent service and follow-up. Now ask yourself, if I was given a 1 to 10 scale of how excellent my service and follow-up is to my members or my customers and new people that I might meet or my prospect list, would you give yourself a 1 or a 10? 10 being I'm fabulous at it. You're going to educate people on the why, how, and why of Shackley. Don't we have to explain our products? Some people don't even open up their package or don't know how to mix the shake, or they'll not sure how they would go forward with the product and how they use it. What Mary used to do, which was really cute at that time, this was many years ago, she had a tickler file. It was a box that had index files with different colored index cards, and she set it up. Now we set it up in a computer follow-up program, and I like to put it into a notebook. And you'll make a file on your retail customers, and you give green cards to your customers. The first day, we all know this who've been around for a while, 1, 5, 15, and 30-day callback system. You're going to handwrite a note thanking the customer for the order. What I do now is I send them a product guide, and I give them an introductory letter besides a handwritten note, because I wanted them to have a full catalog, which I'm not sure they're getting. Well, when they're members, I'm not even sure if they're getting it when they become members. Then on the 5th day, you're going to call them to see if there are any questions. Make a note of your conversation. Be sure to get to know your customer. That's very important because you build the relationship. I like to say 6 times makes a friend. So I want at least 6 contacts so that person really knows me and I know them. You can give them recipes for the 15th day, send them additional information. And then on the 30th day, you're going to call to see if there's a reorder, because usually if they're taking it, it'll be ready for a reorder. And we have a saying, if you don't have time to do it right, when do you have time to do it over? This is really establishing the relationship, and we have a relationship business. So contact customers once a month. I'm actually a very bad phone person. I will attest to it. I'm getting better, everybody that knows me. But I do love to send postcards. I do like to write notes, and I do like to stay in contact. So I have customers who maybe talk to me a few times, and yet they know me. They consider me a friend. So you're going to set up presentations whenever possible. We do online meetings. We're working with social media. You'll hear a little bit later about that. We do offer hostess gifts and door prizes and financial incentives. There's a really neat thing that's probably going to be coming out on, if you have a really good consumer, offering them a financial incentive for the referrals they give you. And based upon, keep telling your customer how great your business is, and just telling your story about how fabulous, why you love Shackley so much. These retail customers will then become what we call your preferred members. And you're going to continue the process until you have 40 members. You get 20 retail customers. You're going to continue to turn 20 into 40 members, 20 retail customers, 40 members, 20 retail customers, 40 members. That's the simplification of the process. So how do you do this? You'll find it becomes a percentage business at that point, because not everyone, I always put it into a notebook, and I like to see how I'm contacting people. And my Jennifer that I'm working with, she puts it in a spreadsheet. And if you put 6 lines across on the contacts that you're going to have, you'll find when you get 60 names out of there, 10 will be dropouts, 10 will be duds, and 40 will remain. If you're communicating in a way that people are connecting with you. Now, I can say that my percentages were terrible in the beginning. I wasn't getting these percentages. As I got more experienced and I learned how not to fire hose people, not insult people, telling them they were eating poorly, they're going to die, stupid things that I didn't know I shouldn't say. I didn't get the retention that I wanted. But as I learned and became more experienced about how to work in this business, my percentages were getting higher and higher and continue to get higher and higher. So the result will be 40 members and builders producing a total volume of 6,000 PV. And how does that work out? 35 of those members will use about 100 PV. If you follow the process of giving excellent service, communicating with them, tracking them, and continuing to make sure that they get the results that they can get on the products when they continue to use them. If you don't work the process, it doesn't work. I'm guilty of it. And when I do work it, I find I get such better results. 3 members will use and share. I'm usually better off in the 3 to 2 members. I usually get people who fall in love with it so much they do at least 300 PV. And that 3 of those will give you 900. 2 members will become a use, share, and do, where they will provide you 800 PV. They may introduce you to 3 or 4 people so that each of them may use a couple of hundred because they fall in love with this product so much, and that will give you 1,600 PV. The real challenge is getting the numbers of people that you're talking to and introducing, usually for everybody. So that becomes an issue where you have to open your mind of where your database is going to come from. Jennifer, towards the end, at the end of the call, will help just discuss how she was able to increase her database by what she's been doing. 35 people become what we call the eaters and users. And many of you have eaters and users. And when Pam does the power plan, she's going to kind of show you how you can expand the usage of your customers' purchases and use of the products. And these people have sponsored into Shackley. They get a preferred member discount. They get the benefits of either free shipping or flat rate shipping, loyalty points. There's other benefits within that preferred member status. And minimally, they use 100 PV of Shackley products per month. And that's easy to do for someone who just wants a good basic nutrition program. So you get 35 of those, and you're going to have 3,500 PV. Then you're going to get eater, users, and talkers who use and share about 300 PV of Shackley products a month. Now, I have eater, users, talkers who actually use, they're eater, user, talkers who use that much personally themselves. And if you get 3 of those, you'll have 900 PV. And they may talk to friends and acquaintances. They'll refer people to you. They may attend some events. You'll send them some Shackley TV clips and they'll listen to it. They may even sell a few products because they want to help their friends feel better. 2 more will become eater, user, talkers, and smart and doers and smart business builders. And these people who become so excited about the products, or they've decided that they want to be involved in a business. I, for one, got in because of the business. I was a health nut, yoga teacher, realized that Shackley products were superior. And then I saw the marketing plan and I said, well, let me share and sell some products to some friends and relatives. And I just fell in love so much with it, I just kept doing it. They Shackleyise their homes when they attend events, and they have a vision of their goals. So 2 of these will share 800 PV a month, and that gives you 1,600. These distributors will see the big picture like I did. Even though I didn't know what I was doing, I fell so in love with what I had to offer people that I was willing to do the work that would build the business to the 10,000 volume per month and beyond, to help others to do the same thing. And these eater users use Shackley products, listen to and ask questions, educate themselves about the product. We have an action plan. We make a prospect list. These people usually come about because they fall so in love with the product. And that's why you start first with letting them fall in love with the product, and then take them through the process that you know on how to give them more information. There's a lot of information here, but remains positive and persistent. It's not an uphill, it is an uphill situation when building your own business. It is like climbing a mountain, but there's so much support and so much personal involvement that you get from the experience of master coordinators and other people in the business. And if they're good, they're good, committed people, they will do a lot of these different things, like doing a presentation. You'll see that person, Jennifer, Billy was asking about you today, and I said, she's doing this and she's doing that, and she's going to Chicago with me. And he said, that's a very committed person. You've got a great person there, Mom. And I said, yes, I know. She's fabulous. So big plug for her, because she's doing such outstanding things. Let's go into the T2 eater users, share and doers. They'll become your first directors, doing 2,000 or more per month. And you're going to assist them to gradually build up to 7,000 PGV or more, or use the plan we're showing here of 6,000 volume, because that's where the money will be for them in the beginning, is by the product volume. So let me give you the summary of this. Retail customers and preferred members. You've turned your retail customers into preferred members. You'll have 40 preferred members, and those 40 preferred members you want to turn into 35 preferred members, 3 use and share, and 2 use, share, and do. And you'll get this presentation. You can look at the numbers, you can evaluate it, but it will all equal 6,000 volume. Now, what do? Well, the thing is, as you grow, you're going to repeat the process. That's all we do, is you follow the same process so that you end up getting 80 preferred members with builders and 1 director. That'll do 3,000 to 7,000 PGV per month. Once you can consistently maintain a solid volume of 7,000 or more. Now, I don't know how many of you are at 7,000 or more. If you're not, you follow the process to get there. Do the steps necessary. And again, it is in contacting people, so you may have to figure out how to build your database and where you're going to have people to talk to. After you get to that level, you're going to do selective sponsoring. And this is a big thing for me, because so many people, especially in the beginning, they say, oh, I have a builder. Oh, they're going to be a leader. Oh, they're going to be a winner. But they don't look at the activity that person is doing. So they waste a lot of time on the wrong people. When I finally woke up to what I was doing wrong, I titled the term next. If you go back to this slide, what a positive person who's building the business and what they're doing, that's when you have a real builder. If you're not going to see people going forward like this, they really end up being in the eater, user, sometimes doer list. So don't get hung up on them, because they don't go further if they're not following that list. Stay tuned for phase 2. We're going to go through business builders criteria and how to work with your group at that point.